Ahoy! I'm Tyler. Now you go.
It.
Yeah, no, I mean I'm not comic book hunter. I'm not comic boy
Oh,
anymore. I'm just
I
me
was
now.
I was so expecting like a welcome to a Hero Story episode 285.
I was
I'm
waiting
your
for you to
host
introduce
Tyler,
yourself, you
aka Comic
fuck.
Boy. Oh, I'm Josh.
You're Josh. That's your rebrand. Your rebranding is Josh.
No, no, I definitely prefer Harper. Fuck that.
This is Harper, and this is a Hero Story episode 285.
It is 285,
285.
right?
Where's the Iron Man cover? Pull it up.
Yeah, I was just gonna
Find the Iron Man
285.
cover.
Okay.
285.
Not the pop vinyl. Fuck off.
I'm gonna look up X-Men 285. Let's see what that was.
It's not the best. It's not the best. It's okay. It's
Oh,
War
Spy
Machine.
Master. I love Spy Master.
Yeah, I mean
And the
it's
Beetle
cool to
and
have the group, the
Whiplash.
Beetle, yeah, and Whiplash, yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I'm loving it. This is X-Men issue 285. It says Portal's End. I'm in black and white. I forgot.
You're in black and white. It's so fucking hard to see.
Iceman and
Okay, okay,
shit. Yeah, it's cool.
okay.
But anyway, we're here because Hunter's at a convention and
Yeah,
JD will not come back to life. Doesn't want
I
to come back to
just,
life. He's like a
yeah.
reverse Ra's al Ghul at this point, Ra's al
It's
Ghul.
kind of it's crazy that like we hear more from JD than like we ever have with this new
Yeah,
group chat, and yet
yeah.
he's never going to be on the show. Oh, that's
No,
so much better.
I
Wow.
know. Yeah. No, he's never ever going to be on the show ever, literally ever again.
Can I
That's
show you
not
the
true.
cover to
That's not
Ultimate
true.
Spider-Man
Real
12?
quick. That's not true. Oh
No,
yes.
he
Anyway,
is
so
dead.
we're starting the podcast because Harper says that the cover for Amazing, not Amazing, Ultimate Spider-Man issue 12 is out and he wants to show it to me live on the podcast.
I think you'll like it. I think you'll
What
be
is
like,
it?
ah,
Okay.
look, you love that.
It's Peter dressed as Santa
Is
Claus.
that not your favorite thing?
That
Look,
is
there's a
awesome.
kingpin little.
That is awesome. You know, I was expecting like
No, it's not
Daredevil
crazy. It's a no.
or
It's a fucking.
no,
It's
but
a
that is
Christmas
awesome.
issue.
It's gonna be it's
Look at
gonna be in
it.
December. Just take
Look at
place in
that.
December.
That's the best cover in the series, I think.
Maybe. You know what's
That's
awesome?
so cool.
He's gonna hit a year of being Spider-Man soon.
Yeah. Oh, is that a Craven one? Oh, that's a little Craven one. Look.
Ooh, oh yeah, we do have Craven. He's the king of Staten Island,
Yeah.
remember?
Yeah. Oh, check out that. Look,
Oh, it's just his crotch.
it's his dick. All right.
Chicheto crotch.
Welcome to Hero
Um,
Story.
we don't have a lot of news this week, even though I
Oh,
feel like when it's the two of you, somehow we always run on drought weeks anyway, which
yeah.
is weird.
Yeah.
We always get it's like we have to fill in and do the task that nobody wants to do. You know,
Yes.
we don't want to talk about nothing. We want there to be stuff to talk about. But
It's
for you dedicated fans, this will probably
oh,
be another long, rambly episode.
oh no, I'm sorry, guys. I'm
No, you know
sorry.
what? I prepared for these.
So
I'm
in the
ready. I got
Howling
things to talk
4, the
about.
original Nightmare, they adapt the book. No, no.
But I think people are enjoying the rando episodes we've been having.
I think they always have. I think that's the peak of the show. I think
You think that's the
random
peak of the show?
conversations was
Oh, the
what?
two of us is the peak of the show. Easy.
No, no, but the peak of the show is the conversations that are random but aren't completely, it's not me fucking up the show. Like we're still on topic. It's just the topic is random.
Yeah.
I just think it's crazy. Like it is the end of an era in a way with Hunter. Like Hunter has never been off the show as much as he is now, and he will
Yeah.
continue probably to be as inconsistent because he's working two jobs.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
trying to live, man.
this week he's at a convention. He said. He
Yes.
said he'll be on next week. I think. So we'll get Hunter back. It is, but I think this is the most he's been off of it forever.
He's missed like 4 episodes or something.
Yeah. I
We
had him
really
for a
shouldn't
little
kill
bit
that
last week.
dog.
Yeah. Ugh, why did we do that? I
That
mean,
was
it
a
was your
bad
idea,
call.
and I got talked into it.
I just got so fed up with the dog jokes.
Oh my God, he's doubling down. um, Hunter, that was a joke. We don't know.
The
We don't live
joke, we
anywhere
love you,
near
man.
Canada.
He doesn't listen. He doesn't listen. Fuck him.
No, he doesn't. Neither of them do. That's you know what? When they release episodes, I
What, the
listen to
dog?
theirs.
Obviously.
Oh, the dog. I thought you meant. I'm talking about JD.
Oh.
Yeah, obviously the dog doesn't listen. The dog's dead, and we're sad about it. We're sorry, Hunter. And the dog was deaf, I think, anyway. So he couldn't listen to the
Hey, we need to move
podcast either
on. Do we
way.
have any news?
Um, I have two things written down. They're of this. They're of the same cloth. but I think
Mhm.
the difference in them is really going to be very interesting. Yesterday, the first 2 episodes of Agatha released. Today, the
That's
first episode of The
right.
Penguin releases.
Oh my God. I'll watch The Penguin. I'm kind of
I
looking
am
forward to that.
so excited for The Penguin. Hold on, I'm going to send you a picture of Colin Farrell that I
Okay.
saw because I know people often talk about it, but the makeup is unreal. Like he looks nothing like this character that he plays. It's absolutely insane. I'm trying to find the picture. Here it is.
Do you do you I'll words at some
Yeah,
point.
come
Oh,
on.
here we
At
go.
some point.
Oh God, that was so loud. Oh wait, what the hell's going on there? Who is this?
What?
What is this?
That's
What is that
just Colin
from?
Farrell.
Oh, I was gonna say, I was like, is
That's
that from a
him.
show?
No, 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 no. No, yeah, he's
I
got
know
you.
what Colin Farrell looks
Imagine the
like.
imagine the penguin had a glow up and he just started looking like regular Colin Farrell. No, that's just a picture of him promoting for the show, but it's like again, he's unrecognizable as the penguin. Um, he's so good, man. I am so excited for the show. You said you'd watch it?
Yeah, no, I absolutely will watch it, but I wanted to pull up. Did I save the photo? No, I didn't save the photo. But
Oh,
it's
good.
just this. And like, it's weird to me that in some ways I totally see it, and in some ways I just don't. But it's the Mark Strong of it all is crazy.
Oh, Mark Strong he's a young Maroney, is that it?
Yeah,
Is that no
is it
Falcone?
Falcone?
Falcone.
I thought it was
Yeah.
Falcone, yeah.
No, it is, yeah,
Um,
Falcone.
but like in some part in his mouth and his eyes and in his
Yeah.
face, like I can see it. But also in his complexion and in his hairline and in all of it, I'm like, who is that
Is a
really?
different person. Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, it's a strange one. The thing is
I'm
too, I fucking love Mark Strong. Like I
It's cool.
really love him as an actor. He's so cool. So I'm like not angry about it, but it's just
Yeah,
so
at least he's
it's
in
so
it.
weird.
It is weird. I like that seemingly is gonna be we're gonna get like an origin story of all the crime in Gotham.
Yeah,
It'd be
I just
cool
like
if we could get
how did he
a
had the oh, go away. My girlfriend telling me encouraging things.
yes, that was very sweet.
It's really nice. Said something like
Yeah.
you're strong and blah
Yeah,
blah
that
blah.
was
It's
very
really
sweet.
nice. But like yeah, like the Widow's Peak.
Yeah,
What
it's
the fuck
awesome.
happened to it? Like,
I
anyway,
think but I think it's interesting to see a young
she said you're
Falcone.
strong, determined, and caring. And to be honest, I'm just glad to be the girl by your side. What the fuck?
Nice.
What did I do?
You
I'm
recording a
home alone
podcast.
talking about the penguin, bro. I'm not even
Yeah.
making money right now.
It's awesome. But I was gonna say, it's gonna be interesting to see flashbacks to like a young Falcone. Um, because I don't really know if I care about that.
Yeah, I
you,
agree. I agree.
like I'm in it for the penguin. I'm very excited to see Sophia Falcone. She was in the Long Halloween and Dark Victory. She's the hangman. She's
Mm,
another serial killer in Gotham. And in this show, she has already been the hangman, gone to jail for it, and gotten out, which is interesting. So I guess Long Halloween in some form happened.
okay.
Um,
Do you remember that
and
part in the Batman when like they get Falcone and it's like we got Falcone and then he gets shot
sniped,
and
yeah.
it's like and then you go, "Oh, that's right, the Riddler." That is the
Oh yeah, the
craziest
Riddler.
part of that movie where you just forget the whole
You
point
get
and you're like,
so
"Oh,
entrenched.
fuck."
You forget you're doing the Riddler's bidding anyway.
Yeah, and it's like,
Yeah.
"Fuck, we forgot all about that weirdo."
Yeah, we forgot the catalyst of this. God, I love that.
Yeah,
That
it's a good
moment
movie.
where he's looking up at Bruce and he says, I remember because earlier in the movie, he talked about being shot, getting surgery from Thomas Wayne, looking up
Mm,
into the staircase and seeing Bruce. He says, I
that's
remember
right.
your eyes. And then the shot of Bruce looking down as he's dying, where they're looking into each other's eyes. And it's
Oh,
like,
that's
oh,
good stuff. Yeah.
does he recognize does he in his dying moment see that that's Bruce Wayne?
Damn.
That's why that movie's so fucking good, man.
It is a good movie.
Um,
Personally, I prefer Dark Knight Rises, but that's just me.
I know you don't like that movie.
I don't like that movie.
I think it's a good movie. I was gonna go
Mm.
into it, but I'm like, I don't care.
Do you like the part where
If you're gonna ask me if
little
I liked a part where Bane did something, it's gonna be yes.
no, the part where Littlefinger
Littlefinger.
goes, "You're a big guy," or whatever he says. Remember
Perhaps he's
that?
wondering why you would shoot a
Oh, you
man
would
before
shoot a
throwing
man
him
before
out of a
throwing
plane.
him out of a plane.
People of Gotham.
People have got them.
I
The
can't keep
fire
doing
rises.
it.
God. been like 11 years.
Yeah, no, I love Bane. This is gonna be a weird, just a random quick tango. I think that like you've now watched the Venom movies.
Yeah, we got to talk about Venom
We
because I think
will.
I've had a revelation.
Tom Hardy as Bane, though, for me is
Yeah.
like a primo shit talker. Like, there's
It-
no one shit talking like Bane was shit. Like we look at Thanos, and Thanos shit talks the Avengers, dude. He dog
Wonder what
walks
will
them.
break first? Your
Yes,
spirit?
but
Oh,
Bane goes into Bane blows up your football field, goes into the center with a nuke, and says, "This is gonna blow up in like 6 months." And I blew up all the bridges, and you can't leave. Like, what the fuck is that about?
that is funny.
he's,
Like,
he's,
I
you know what I
love when
mean?
people describe the plots and the motivations of characters in movies in the most basic way possible.
That's what
That's
he
gonna
does.
blow up, and I've blown up all the bridges, and you're fucked.
Yeah, exactly. And I killed Batman. Like, and that's like Thanos wasn't doing that. Thanos had a purpose. Thanos had a mission. Bane,
Yeah, yeah.
I know he's like, oh, I'm here to fulfill Ra's al Ghul's destiny,
Goes destiny.
but he's also fucking insane, and he's just
But
gonna
he's also
nuke
not
Gotham.
there to fulfill Ra's al
Yeah,
Ghul's destiny. He
because the
doesn't
daughter,
really give
yeah,
a shit. Yeah, he's
yeah,
doing it for her.
they really just that
How
was
does
pretty.
Bane die in that movie? They just shoot
He
him with
gets
the bat
Catwoman
pod
shoots him.
shoots him with the thing. Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
real
We
quick
got it.
before we go
Anyway,
to Venom,
Eddie. Oh, I can't wait to talk about Venom. Sorry.
um, Agatha released as well. Could you
Yeah.
see yourself watching any of Agatha?
No,
I've
I
watched
could
the
not
first
see
two
myself.
episodes of Agatha.
Yeah, and
Yeah, like it's like a show where I'm like, this is inoffensive and
Mm.
it's fairly creative and all the actors are good and I laugh at least a little bit.
it
But
looks
I
like
just
going to like a Mother's Day lunch with your family or something. Just a
yeah.
bunch of middle-aged
Well,
women
I
just
think it's
laughing
Marvel
at each
trying
other.
to get in on the hot topic like what's it called? Market. You know, the people that are like into
Uh,
witchy and like spiritual like fun like Bewitched or
mm.
what's that
Hocus
other one?
pocus.
Hocus Pocus. Fucking Hocus Pocus. Yeah. That one. Hocus Pocus.
Fucking
That
hocus
one.
pocus. You know the
Um
one.
yeah, but people I think that's Marvel trying to get in on their territory,
Hmm.
which is weird. I mean, like, all right, that's who you're going for. Why not
Yeah,
make an
interesting.
Avengers movie? but,
That's
but
a good point.
whatever. It's fine. It's
Anyway,
fine. And the kid is definitely Wanda's kid.
yeah.
And I don't really understand. You know what? Here's what I actually was thinking while watching the show was that there's so many references to Westview and like Wanda and Strange, you know, that whole scenario where she
Mm.
destroyed all the dark holds around the multiverse or whatever. Like they, reference multiverse of madness and stuff. If this show had released like last year or something, where we get the, WandaVision, then Doctor Strange, then I guess Agatha to
Ben Agatha.
finish,
Yeah.
but like it's already been burned. So, but like if this came out instead
Yeah.
of Secret Invasion or something last year, it would have still been dumb, but I could have explained myself away and been like, this is the third chapter in the Wanda whatever story.
Nah, could you though?
I don't
Could
know,
you
but
though?
now it's just like none of these stories are connected at all anyway.
Yeah.
I'll never see any of these characters again after the show. Where's, you know what I mean?
You will in Avengers Doomsday
You
when
think
Agatha shows
Agatha's
up.
gonna show up in Avengers Doomsday?
No.
I hope so. Who else is gonna babysit Franklin Richards?
Oh, that's fun. That is fun, actually. That's fun.
Harper.
Yeah.
Real quick, before we talk about Venom, can you go to Letterboxd and check the last movie I watched? Before we talk about Venom, I watched a movie
Okay.
this morning that I've heard you mention before multiple times. I never really said anything about it.
Hell yeah.
Good
310 to
movie.
Yuma.
Yeah, great movie.
That's a fucking great movie, dude.
It was a great movie. But tell us the last two movies you watched. The last two movies I watched were 310 to Yuma and Apocalypse Now. The last two movies Harper watched were
Venom and Venom Let There Be Carnage.
And he had never seen Venom 2 before. That blew my
I'd never
mind.
seen Venom.
I can't believe you had never seen Venom Let There Be Carnage before. I think I've seen it 3 times.
Mm.
I saw it in theaters.
The list of movies, it's pop culture slop. Look at it.
Oh, you rewatched Romulus.
No, I reviewed Romulus.
Oh.
Did you not read? Look how long it
Oh
is.
my god, of course I didn't
Oh
read
yeah.
that.
Yeah, no, bro.
Did you not read my manifesto? No, buddy.
Someone liked it. Oh,
But
that's a good review.
anyway, talk to me
Um,
about Venom.
did you read any comics this week?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about.
Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. I'm just
And I have other
projecting
things.
forward. I read Darth Vader. We can talk about that. Anyway,
Okay.
Venom.
Venom.
My epiphany, I
Can you tell
think.
me, okay, first, can you start? I feel like you never go over this, but I feel like everyone has one. What's your Venom origin story?
Oh my God, my Venom origin
Were you a
story.
Venom kid?
Not really. Like I thought Venom was cool, but like I didn't like Venom in the same way that I liked Daredevil and Spider-Man and shit like when I was a kid.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't I like I would have seen him in the animated
You've
series. I
you've
definitely
never
saw
read
him
a
in
single comic book with Venom, have you?
King in Black.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, I forgot about King Black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't believe so. Um that
Do you
one
do you
in
feel
Ultimate
like
Spider-Man, the old Miles Ultimate Spider-Man where it's Venom, but it's not Venom.
oh yeah, and it kills his mom. Do
Kills
you
his mum in a
feel like
hospital, yeah.
you like Venom? I know we clown on him a lot, but do you actually like the character?
I think Venom, it's really tough. I think
It's
I would
really
fucking love Venom if I read Venom, right? It's a big
yes.
monster, big teeth.
Yep.
I feel like it's
And he's a
right up my
man.
alley. He's a man, but it's a big, it turns into a big monster one way
Yeah.
or another. I feel like I would love Venom in that capacity. I just have never gotten into Venom. He's a character that exists on the periphery of things. Like I see him in a Spider-Man movie, or I fight him in a. Oh my God! No, I know exactly what my Venom introduction was. It was the Ultimate Spider-Man game
Oh, yeah, yeah.
where you play as Venom, you fight
Yep.
Wolverine in the bar. That is like
Yes.
that is my Venom memory.
That
Yeah,
is
and
awesome.
that game is fucking sick.
Yes, it is.
Okay, there you go. There's my Venom origin. And yeah, okay, I like Venom, but like these movies in particular, we've always had the discussion that like they're so silly. And you said recently, like it's crazy that this is the direction they went. They went, let's do like buddy comedy,
Yeah,
it
buddy
like
rom-com silly
buddy
movie.
rom-com. Yeah,
It's
this
a but
silly,
that's what it
silly
is. It's a
movie.
buddy rom-com.
It is. And so I sat down and I asked my girlfriend, do you want to watch Hot Fuzz, which is a
Good,
all-time comedy
yeah,
movie? We were going to
Edgar
watch it
Wright
because we
movie.
found out that Wayne, it's shot in the town that Wayne grew up in. And we were like, that's so
Wow.
cool. We should watch it, for Wayne. I said, do you want to watch that or do you want to watch Venom? And she went, let's do Venom. And I went, why? And so we watched Venom.
You know,
And
I
then the
I that's
next
so
day we
funny
watched
because
Venom
I
2.
I watched Venom and Venom 2 in a very similar way, except she said to me, "Hey, can we watch Venom?" And I went, I don't know that I ever thought I would hear that sentence. I
Yeah,
never thought I would
exactly.
hear you say that. And I said, "Why? Where did you get these
Where'd
crazy
you get that
ideas
one
of
from?
wanting to watch Venom?" And she was like, "Oh, I saw a clip and I thought it was so hilarious." And I'm like, "All
Oh
right, I
boy.
get it. I get it.
Okay, I
Yeah,
get
let's
yeah, right.
watch it." Like,
And
oh,
you
it looks
like
funny.
you said that they are perfect girlfriend movies, and I think that is
Yes.
the truest thing I've ever heard. And my
Yes.
epiphany, which was both of my letterbox reviews, was somehow the performance of a lifetime from Tom Hardy here,
Yep.
and then Venom Let There Be Carnage, for better or worse. Tom Hardy is Venom in the same way RDJ is Iron Man and Hugh Jackman is
Yes.
Wolverine. And I fully
Yes.
believe that, and I think my epiphany is that I'm on board. I'm here all the way for it. Do it, make it as silly as you want. Keep Tom Hardy, keep him jumping in lobster tanks and doing whatever the fuck. I
Yes.
I love it now. I froth it. Give
What,
it to
so
me.
you want like a million Venoms? Make as
Or
many
give
Venom
me more
movies?
Venoms. Remember when you said you
Wow.
want 40 Iron Man
Yeah,
movies and
exactly.
some will be
I said I wanted an Iron
Venom?
Man movie a day.
I
You want a Venom
I
movie a day?
genuinely want like Tom Hardy's Venom and Tom Holland's Spider-Man to meet because Tom
Yes.
Hardy's Venom doing
And
I like
Spider-Man's just
that.
like, shut up.
Yeah, but he'll be like, "Man, I don't know what you're saying," and he'll be like,
Yeah.
I'm saying that." Like, it would
Can
just be a dynamic and incoherence. I would love it.
it would be funny.
There's a part in Venom 2 where
It'd be a
he's
good
arguing
fight.
with Venom in his head,
Yes.
um, and he's speaking out loud, and then like the cop
Yeah, yeah.
goes just like,
He
"You good,
says
man?" He's, "Yeah,
he says
sorry, I'm
like,
just."
what does he say? He says like, screw you or I hate
He
you or
said
something like that.
he said yeah, he says like shut up, and it's
Yeah.
like right towards like this female police officer, and she's like, excuse me, and he's just like, I don't really have an excuse for that one, and
Yeah,
like it's funny,
I
it's
can't
really
really explain that
funny.
one. But the way he says it, he's so understated. He goes, "Oh wow, I can't explain that."
I got nothing. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's a really, for what they're doing,
Yeah.
Tom Hardy is giving it his all, and I
He is
respect it so
so
much.
funny. I don't understand, but why are they so funny?
No,
Like it's not like do you like Let There Be Carnage?
I
It
thought
was it was
it,
so goofy.
it was the goofiest movie I think I've ever seen.
He
I
goes to a nightclub and he's like, "It's Japanese." What?
I
My
don't
favorite
know.
is when he drops the he's stop this cruel, persecution of aliens. Lethal protector
Yeah,
out. Drops the
it drops the
mic.
mic. Yeah, I know, I
Lethal
know. I like
protector
when
out.
I like when he destroys Eddie's motorbike, and Eddie's out the window
Yeah.
just like, "Oh man, what are you doing? Why would you just?"
Yeah. Oh, Venom.
Oh my God. Yeah,
Mrs. Chen.
Mrs. Chen. Yeah.
And he's
Oh,
going to have
Mrs.
to
Chen
fix it by
becomes
his little
Venom.
bitch self.
Bitch self. Yeah, I know. That's
Yeah.
good stuff.
Do you agree with me now though? I said that they gotta do Miss Chen like they did Coulson and fold her into the 616 universe. Do you agree?
Well, they slowly get there. She's in Spider-Verse. They'll probably make
Exactly.
her
Yeah.
appear
They gotta
somewhere.
make her
Yeah.
they gotta put her in a comic, man.
I was gonna say, yeah, Miss Chen, issue
Yeah.
one.
I would read the shit out of Miss Chen.
I
She's
just
awesome.
like I had to buy into the like, okay, this is what they're doing. And I'm just,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm all in. Like, I like I started Venom 2 and I was like, this is gonna be significantly worse. Like the vibe
Andy
immediately, I was
Circus,
like,
yeah,
oh,
directed
I
by
was
Andy
like, this is
Circus.
gonna be so dumb.
Mhm.
And then by the end of it, I was like, you know what? I think I like that as much as the first one, but for different reasons. Because I just respected how insane it was. I love there's a part Woody Harrelson steals this car, and like when he breaks his girlfriend out of this insane asylum or whatever, the psych place, she's like, oh, you got, 1960 Cadillac or whatever.
Mhm.
You remembered. And he goes, yeah, I remembered. Like, he didn't remember at all. He just got it because he saw it and he
I
went, it's
love,
red. I've got to have
yeah,
that. Like, it's
I have a very good memory of the Maximum Carnage arc of Spider-Man. I have very because when I was a kid, my dad owned like it was a 14-part series, and my dad owned probably like
damn.
4 or 5 parts of it, right? And that's the one where um Carnage and Shriek team up and just kill a bunch of people in New York City. Like that's just what it's about. It's just Carnage being like, I'm just gonna kill as many people as until I get stopped because he's insane because that's what he does, right?
Yeah.
And in that story, they defeat him by they create a machine that like focuses all of their like good guy energy into him and he loses. They Care Bear stare him with the power of
Wow.
positivity. And then Captain America
Wow.
shows up and shakes Peter's hand and he's like, "Oh, sorry the Avengers were late, but you seem to have that handled." And Spider-Man's like, "Late? There's like 80 people dead. Like where the fuck were you guys? This book was 14 parts. And you could
You
and
couldn't show up.
you could show for
You
one
guys showed
issue.
up in Born Again, but you couldn't show up here.
Exactly, yeah. But I have so many good memories of Maximum Carnage because I think it was so much fun as a kid. Um, so I do have like some sort of weird light nostalgia for like Carnage and Shriek. And so
Mm.
seeing them in a movie, even though it's Venom 2, I was like, fuck yeah, whatever.
I remember that Spider-Man PC game. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Where like the city is gassed so that you can only fight on like the rooftops. and you fight like it's like Carnage and Venom at the end, like merge into one or something. Remember
Oh
that?
gosh, no. That sounds awesome.
What was it? Do you remember? It's like Spider-Man 2000. Maybe they don't merge. Maybe it just is
I
Carnage. But
think
this game,
you want.
okay, remember that?
Okay, yes, I do remember that. That was PlayStation.
It's one where Daredevil
It was
shows up. Daredevil's in that. There they are.
yeah, no, Carnage combines with Dr. Octopus. No.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But I'm thinking. So did you get hyped at the post credit scene for Let There Be Carnage?
Well, here's
Even
the thing.
today?
Like, it's cool. Like, it is cool, and
Yeah.
also, I think it's fucking funny. Like when the guy walks out and just like, "Hey," and he just goes, "Yeah," like he doesn't say
Yeah.
anything. There's no defense.
Yeah.
But
What can I
like,
say?
I had to describe to her that I'm like, okay, so this is why this means nothing, and then went through that. This is the scene, and then he's at the bar and he leaves the goo, but he disappears, and now the
Yeah.
goo's been trapped, and so like none of it matters,
Yeah,
and it
he didn't.
just
He was
like
there. He was in Mexico the whole time. Well, he set foot on the sacred timeline or whatever,
yes.
but he didn't do anything.
No, he didn't do. He got drunk at a bar. He disappeared. He left some goo around. Even the
They
goo
should have
got
left him
collected. Yeah,
there. They should have left him there, and then Venom 3 is Venom and Spider-Man.
I 100% just do it.
What is
Just
this movie? What is Venom the Last Dance with Null? This is insane. Just
yeah,
do
I know,
Spider-Man. You don't have to do Null. Imagine if,
dude.
like, before they did the Avengers, they're like Iron Man versus Thanos. It's like, no, 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 no,
No, no, no,
no.
no. Wait,
Team up
wait.
first. You know?
Yeah, no, yeah. I don't know what they're doing, but
And it would
I
have been
fully
great.
expect that this movie is just going to be super. I think it's going to be the same as the last two, except way longer. Venom: Let There Be
Yeah.
Carnage being an hour and a half was just so beautiful. It
So
made me so
breezy and
happy.
light. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, this
Do
one being
you
2 hours 20 minutes is fucking that's murder.
do
But
you
I
think there's
expect
sorry, do you think there's any shot of a Tom Holland, Tom Hardy crossover ever happening? Secret Wars?
they're not going to put Tom Hardy Venom in Secret Wars.
Why not? Dude,
I
did you
think they
see
should. I'm at the
Deadpool
point now
3?
where I think they should,
Yeah.
but I don't think they're going to.
Then Spider-Verse.
I don't know. I don't
No,
know.
I think I think they have to do it. I think it's
I,
inevitable. I think it should have obviously been this movie, but if they even oh god, if in a perfect world this movie could be the same as well, and then at the end they do some weird multiverse shenanigans where Null's doing multiverse stuff, and then Tom Holland shows up and fights Venom for 5 minutes, and then that's it. I could be
yeah, I agree.
happy with that, but they're not
Yeah.
going to do that in this movie.
No, no, they
So it's just
wouldn't.
going to be just another Venom movie without Spider-Man.
It is, yeah. But is Venom that important to Spider-Man? Is Spider-Man that important to Venom?
I would say so. I would say maybe the entirety of the character exists as an antithesis to another character that in this universe doesn't exist.
Who's that character?
Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man.
Oh, no way, really?
Yeah, yeah, Spider-Man. Actually, Spider-Man.
I thought it was Riot.
No, you'd be wrong. Actually, you'd think Riot was uber important. By the way, he's the villain in the first Venom movie, but actually, he's just one of 5 symbiotes that the Life Foundation milks out of Eddie Brock in Lethal Protector.
What about Shriek?
No, she's just a screamy person. She just You think of Scream, the symbiote Scream?
Yeah, Mary Jane or
Scream,
whatever.
Lyot, Lasher, Phage. I think those are the ones that they rip out of Eddie Brock.
What's going on with the police officer?
Oh, he in the comics is another symbiote called Toxin. Patrick Mulligan.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so Toxin, yay.
Is that like when you mull something over in your mind, but then you mull it over
Yeah,
twice?
you mull it again. Yeah, that's funny.
You
You're
mull
funny.
it.
You're funny.
It's a good joke.
Yeah, I liked it. I laughed.
Yeah, so Venom.
So Venom. Actually I finished the trade of Secret Wars I had today.
Oh, that's right. I saw you posting the
Obviously.
sent us the photo of Doom with his
Oh,
beautiful face.
I sent you a photo. I I went out by a bridge and I took like I've been watching The Sopranos, man.
Oh,
I feel like Tony Soprano. I'm going out, I'm reading under the bridge, you know. my mom's no, she's in a fucking mental home. She's driving me insane. No, but I was reading Secret Wars. I finished it out there, and I love so much the ending to that book, where there's a couple things I had of note that I thought about. There's three things I have. First, I thought this was really fun. Galactus getting ready to devour secret. I almost called it Secret World, Battle World. um, takes Reed Richards to his ship and explains to him, like, you know what, Reed, you're like kind of incredible for a human in the way that I am a universal force of death. You're like my opposite. You're the universal force of life. I'm like, I like that. If Reed Richards is like the opposite of Galactus in the universe, that's fun. Doom gets the power of the Beyonder and tells Captain America, hey, I'm God. Tell all the good guys I'm God, and you just have to listen to me, and maybe I won't kill you. Maybe I'll just torture you forever, whatever. And so Captain America goes back to the group, and he's like, hey guys, so like Doom's God, but we're the Avengers, and we're the Fantastic Four, and the X-Men, Spider-Man's here, like we're the best heroes in the world. We can still probably
Let's go kick his ass.
right? And then as he says that, Doom, like God, sends a thunderbolt and destroys the meeting and kills them all, right?
What?
And he murders all of the Earth's mightiest heroes. And so the last issue, Doom, you never read Secret Wars? You don't remember this?
No, not at all. I don't think I've
Yeah,
ever fully read that
that's
book.
good, man. So he does that, right? And then he's with Claw. Ulysses Claw
You
is like
okay? Yeah.
his like what was it? He's like his Renfield, right? He's like running around
Yes.
being his
Okay.
butler. And Doom is basically saying, like, I did it. Like, oh my God, I did it. I killed all the good guys. And like, I'm God. Like, I just did it. Like, there's no way they're coming back, right? Like I killed them. Like I for real killed them because I'm actually God. And then Claw's like, well, hypothetically, I could come up with a scenario that you could run by in your head. And if it sounds plausible to you, then maybe go check if they're still alive. And he says, I think when the lightning bolt struck, Colossus probably went into his metal form. And so he's not fully dead. And Colossus in this story, side tangent, falls in love with an alien woman named Zaji.
And how
And
old is this alien woman?
that's the thing, is that he is totally cheating on Kitty Pryde with
Yeah,
Zaji. They get
man.
zipped away into Battle World, and he's like, "Oh, Kitty's back on Earth. What happens in Battle World stays in Battle World."
Oh my
And I
God,
think that by
dude.
the end of the story, like Zaji, basically, she puts all of her life force in this scenario that Claw's coming up with, puts all of her life force into Colossus and like trades her life for his. And then from that point, he's got to go home, Colossus, and deal with this while also not telling Kitty. And my question is like, do the rest of the X-Men also keep that secret for him? Like, is that the secret of Secret Wars? Is that Colossus has a really big secret that we're not gonna
Yeah,
mention?
Kitty, do not ask him about his weekend
Yeah.
away in Battle
Oh,
World.
what do you even ask? What are you even talking about, Kitty? She was just like a friend, like just like a girl I met. Like I don't even know what you're freaking out about right now.
How do the Avengers come back though?
So anyway, Colossus says all this, and then he says, maybe Colossus then grabbed Reed Richards, who's elastic and probably also didn't fully die in your thing, puts him in a healing tube, heals Reed Richards, then Reed Richards heals the rest of them, and they're on their way here now. And Doom goes, wait
That's
a minute.
absurd.
The fact that you even told me that, just put that in my subconscious.
Oh, and
There's
he
no
did it.
way. And then as he says that, Mjolnir flies through the wall. And he's like, oh my God. Since he doubted himself that even though they
Yeah,
were all dead and he is God and he knew they killed them, he doubted himself. And because he
and
controls
therefore,
reality, it made it reality. I
that's
love
cool.
that there's still like, even back in the day, Doom is getting like some character depth, man. Like
Yeah,
he's so fucking, and yeah, so they defeat him. And
that's cool.
yeah.
That's a really cool. I
And then
feel
the
like I'd be
ending,
hyped on that.
no, it was so cool, man. Secret War is it's awesome. And the ending is so funny because Reed builds a doohickey to send everyone back to Earth. And there's a panel where it's Captain America saying, all right, everyone, listen up. Reed's going to explain how his machine works. And then Spider-Man cuts him off and goes, Shut up, Reed. We don't care about how it works. Just send us home. Which is so good. It's
That's
like we don't care how the
awesome.
thing works. Just
Yeah,
just
we
use it.
don't give a fuck. Just yeah.
And Colossus tells the X-Men, he's like, you guys leave without me. I'm gonna stay on Battleworld and really find out who I am because I lost Zaji here. And then Charles basically says, what are you talking about?
About
She's
yeah.
like, what do you mean? And he's like, okay, yeah, you're right. And he comes back with mm-hmm. But Ben Grimm stays on Battleworld. And She-Hulk replaces him in the Fantastic Four. Good stuff.
Excellent.
It was
Good.
awesome.
That
You
does
got you
sound
gotta
good.
read. It's actually awesome. It's actually so
Do I?
awesome.
Okay, I'm going to open up the first issue on Marvel Unlimited, and
It
if
is,
the amount of words on there are
mm,
what I'm
dude.
assuming.
The first issue is sick as fuck. The good guys and the
Oh,
bad
I've
guys,
read. No, I have read that
they
first
get
issue.
taken into two random ships in the middle of space, and they both watch as the Beyonder destroys an entire galaxy and then takes remnants of those
Mm,
planets and fuses them onto a fucking one planet. That's so cool.
let's have a look.
The Beyonder,
Oh
man.
man, I remember
Oh my
this.
god.
Oh, I
This is,
remember this.
you know what I have to tell you about?
I was going to say
Um,
this isn't as bad as I remember. And
no, and then it's just,
so,
yeah, everyone just chatting. Yeah. But I think you would love this actually. It has to do with the Beyonders. And it also has to do with Venom, your two favorite things.
those are
Um,
my two. Yeah, okay.
I've been reading Al Ewing's Venom,
Mm,
and I usually love Al Ewing books. And in this run, I was hooked. I was like really hooked because basically it's all about Eddie after he's become the King in Black. He's the god of all the symbiotes now. But Null had control of a hive mind that is not contingent in like time and space. Like it's like he has control over every symbiote from every time, right?
okay.
So Eddie is like trying to like he's like, how far could I go with this
Sorry,
really?
who?
Eddie. He's he's like, how far can I go with this really? Like, can I like go see like the life of the first symbiote, or can I go to like a symbiote in
Mm,
like a different universe or something? So he tries, and he basically his mind becomes untethered from time, and he's lost tumbling around in time, and he basically ends up. And I loved it. I thought that was such a cool idea that like Venom has become like this really crazy sci-fi thing where it's like time
yeah.
travel and whatever. But he basically ends up at the pit of the universe, right? And he sees a giant venom hand that's
What?
that is in control of a machine that is charging or controlling some part of the Marvel multiverse, right? And so this hand of venom explains that, so he basically explains that like the King in Black title that you have is not just that you're the god of the symbiotes. It's that in the way that there is a one above all and a one below all, there are kings in white as there are kings in black. The kings
Okay.
in white are the builders of our multiverse. They are the backbone of everything that exists. You've seen them before. And then Eddie goes, oh my God, the Ivory Kings, the Beyonders.
Oh, oh.
So the King in Black is the other end of the Beyonder spectrum.
What?
Yes, this is the retcon. And I gotta find like the exact wording of it because I read it and I was just like, that was so much to take in. Like
Yeah.
that was insanity. But that was basically, yeah, the retcon. I sent it to you. It has like the panel of, he basically says, in the way that there's good magic that's used by like Doctor Strange, and there's bad guy magic that's like used by like a bad guy Doctor Strange. There's the kings in whites that are the Beyonders, and there's the kings in black that are you. And that basically they just bind the universe together in like
Yeah.
a cosmic goo.
So Venom
And
is
that,
essential to the reality of the Marvel universe.
yes, that the king in
Damn.
black is, and that Null like is not supposed to be evil. Null went crazy. The Celestials, remember when in Null's origin they established that the first light in the universe was a Celestial finding Null resting in the darkness, and then he chops his head off, right? And in this, it's like, oh, The Beyonders didn't just like find Null. They went to him because in this new iteration of the universe, he's the king in black. He's got to take control of this shit. And he basically, Null's like, they described it as he burned his draft card. And I completely I lost. It lost me. I was like, this is too insane. I did not need for Venom to be tied to the Beyonders. What the fuck is that?
That's a great point. Yeah, why?
But Cafu draws the shit out of it. Oh, and this was the
Oh,
weird
wow.
thing. This was another weird thing that they mentioned. The giant Venom hand explains to Eddie that the person that lives the life of the King in Black, it's like a responsibility that you have. And then Eddie goes, great responsibility. It should have been Spidey. And then the giant hand goes, Spider-Man was created for this task, but life happened and Eddie Brock, now you are the King in Black. And I'm like,
oh,
what the hell does that mean?
It was supposed to be Peter Parker.
Peter Parker was born to be the King in Black of the Marvel
Oh my God,
multiverse.
that feels so Madam Web.
I know. And, yeah. Anyway, that's insane. Insane.
So how does Dylan Brock's older self, who looks like Cable, fit into all of this?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I love
that's
when
Venom War, isn't it?
Yes, that's happening right now where they're wrestling or something.
Yeah, cool.
I know, like, I don't know about you, but I really do love when they just take a big ass swing and retcon.
Oh no, me too. Yeah, 100%.
You know what I've been thinking about for fun? I'm like, because we've talked about this, how the metaverse. Love that concept. It's so much fun.
Right. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
It's so much fun. And we mentioned that at one point in Marvel, they established that the Loom world, where the web of life and destiny is Earth 1.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking, I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Because they never bring that up. But like, you could use that and have some fun metaverse kind of thing. Because I always liked, have you read the history of the Marvel Universe, Mark Waid, Javier Rodriguez? It's fucking awesome. It's Galactus and Reed, not Reed. It's Galactus and Franklin Richards at the end of time, recalling the timeline of the Marvel Universe, right? Like from the early days to like 2020 when it happened, right? Even some books came out in the future. That is where at the end of it, they tease books that will come out soon, and they say the wedding of Tony Stark and Emma Frost.
Yes, yes.
But the final line of
History of the Marvel.
Yeah. The final line of that book always gives me goosebumps because I think it's like Mark Waid really like getting it. It's Mark Waid getting it about the Marvel Universe. And it's basically them it's awesome, man. And it's basically Galactus hands Franklin Richards like the lead, and he says like, you will be the kind of god of the next cosmos.
Javier Rodriguez, man. It's
which lends credence to that thing where Reed Richards got reached out by the hand of God and it was Franklin Richards. But anyway, the final lines of this book, right, is Galactus telling Franklin Richards, you will remember a cosmos full of beings who strove with every moment, every breath to bring light and hope to its darkest corners. Regardless of their origins, regardless of the mark they left, large or small, each one understood the single truth that defined their universe, that with great power, there must also come great responsibility. Let their lives, their adventures, their triumphs inspire you for the rest of your days. Together they brought about a thing of wonder, a universe of marvels.
He put the Galactus helmet on.
Yeah.
Dude, and what a crazy fucking page.
I know, but I love that page where he basically says that the fundamental thing about the Marvel universe is that with great power, there must also come great responsibility.
Yeah.
And that's another goddamn meta thing where we're saying that Spider-Man and the thing he leads with is the thing that leads this universe. So you could just say that Loom World is the world where they spin this web of the spider. And maybe they're creating stories there, right? And they're creating the multiverse from Loom World, right? Maybe it's like, oh, it's the Beyonders working in some like mortal form in the multiverse, trying to write it. And they keep trying to see like, oh, we're trying to tell the tale. What's a universe that's actually going to work out? And then they get to Earth 616, and then the story of Spider-Man discovers this fundamental truth about the universe, and then yada yada. It's fucking awesome, man. I think that'd be cool. You should read that book,
I
man. It's cool.
I here's my thing.
Here's your thing.
Spider-Man's center of it all, and we agree with that. And it's kind of the meta commentary that we're getting in Ultimate Spider-Man and the Ultimate Universe about how like none of this shit exists. He's top of the list.
He's the top of the list, yeah.
He's the biggest threat to undoing or redoing, I
And
guess,
it's not
reality.
because he's the most powerful. It's
No,
because like he is the fundamental force of good in this existence is Spider-Man, is that motto. Like if that exists, if people believe in that motto, then you're not going to be able to beat them. And yeah, I think that's what Ultimate Spider-Man is saying. Is that like
however, why does Spider-Man have to suck so bad, though?
I don't know, man. All right, I don't know. I just don't know.
That's the thing that I don't get. Why, if Spider-Man is supposed to be the center, is Spider-Man so shit and everyone hates him?
I don't know. Because he's too big. He's too popular.
He's not too big. Fat Sector is too big.
That's true.
Parker's quite a slim guy.
God, JD was
that book looks interesting. What should I read? That or Gods?
They're both short, no?
I started reading some of Gods and I was like, "Oh, I tell you what, the Doctor Strange appearances in this are really going to get me by."
Yes, the Babylon events or whatever. Yeah,
I was just like,
it's a weird.
And I like looked it up on the wiki. I was like, how many times does Doctor Strange appear in this series? And he's been in every issue. And I was like, fuck. Like,
yeah. And I would say read this after Gods. It's if you do want to finish Gods, it's kind of not become important in any bigger picture yet, but I guess it could. But I think that book is awesome. I love it.
I'm kind of like, I'm sort of at a loss right now for reading. Like everything was so easy when I had things to catch up on.
I'm telling you what to read, and you're not reading it.
But I am. What do you mean?
The Hulk.
Oh yeah, you did say that. Fuck, I'll add it to the thing.
Philip Kennedy Johnson's Hulk. I should have.
You have
the
said
newest issue
that.
came out this week. It is up your alley. It is about a goddess of monsters who controls all the monsters in the Marvel universe and sends them after to kill the Hulk. It's like if the Hulk had a bounty on him that only gets paid by monsters.
Is it Donny Cates? Who is it?
No, it's Philip Kennedy Johnson.
Philip Kennedy Johnson. Oh, I see it. Oh, this
Nick
one.
Klein on art. It's fucking sick as fuck, dude. It is so good. The god of monsters. She's like, yeah, it's sick. Dr. Voodoo's in an issue.
Nick Klein's not a weirdo, is he?
And Nick Klein drew Donny Cates on Thor, actually, which is another. Donny Cates on Thor is sick. It's awesome. You should. What are we even talking about dancing around the room here? Read Venom by Donny Cates.
Oh, I don't want to. I don't want
awesome.
to.
The maker's in it. Oh. The maker's in it. You should at the very least read Absolute Carnage. Absolute Carnage is sick.
No, I'm not falling down the fucking rabbit hole of symbiotes. I'm not doing it. I don't care.
It's sick, dude. Don't you like to see a Venom Spider-Man crossover, like a team up? But at this point, they're like full on adults and know each other for like a long time.
How many issues is this Donny Cates one? Let me have a look.
A Venom? It's like 30 something.
No, I'm not reading 30.
All right, then read Hulk. Read Hulk. It's good.
Maybe I'll read Hulk. Oh, awesome. God. Ooh, Ryan Stegman.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, damn. Wow.
What?
Let's fucking look at that.
I know, man. I know.
Okay.
I
just like that's just so much to invest in Venom.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is the maker.
They're better than you'd think, man.
Why is the maker in Venom?
My universe.
What happened to your fucking? What happened?
Does it change for a second? You can hear me, right?
Why? Yeah. Why is Venom? Why is the maker?
He's trying to recreate the Ultimate Universe. Obviously, this thing with the new Ultimate Universe was gonna be headed up by Donny Cates before he got into his like car crash. So I think all of this was gonna pay off, written by Donny Cates.
Damn.
Yeah.
Dude. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I might keep reading Mad Max Fury Road Max issue 1.
Oh my God, you fucking motherfucker. You know what? I read a book. You would actually like this book. I sent it in the chat.
Hmm.
It just came out this year. It's called Ain't No Grave. Just finished like last week. It's a Western book. Um, it's sick. It's sick as fuck. Just look it up. Look it up. Look it up. Ain't No Grave. The artist is this dude named Jorge Corona. And he's also been drawing Transformers at the same exact time. So this dude is working overtime. It is awesome. I'm thinking of doing, I said this in the chat as
Oh, it's
well.
only
I'm thinking,
5 issues.
yeah, it just ended. Um,
Oh wow.
I'm thinking of doing a video if anybody's interested in this on the best comics of this year because I'm really trying to read outside comics.
Oh,
I think you should. It's awesome. Ain't No
oh, the
Grave is sick.
cats.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
dude.
only 5 issues, buddy. It's so good.
Jeez.
And the ending, I read. It's one of those endings where I was like smiling, and then I clearly went, "Oh my god!" And
Oh,
then yeah, good book, really good book.
okay, okay.
And while I'm sure we'll talk more about like other things we're reading, I did want to talk about Avengers that came out this week.
Yeah.
Jed
Oh, it's
McKay.
comic time. It's the comic time of the podcast.
Ew, come on. Avengers issue 18. Do you remember a couple of years ago there was an event by Jason Aaron in his run of Avengers called Heroes Reborn?
Oh, yes. Yeah, yeah,
Hyperion
yeah.
apparently
Right.
in that universe was like Superman.
Oh my God, I
And
forgot all about
yeah,
that
but
Heroes Reborn
this is
reboot.
following that. Hyperion's back. And
Okay.
so for whatever reason, his plan is he's going to be a billion trillion miles away from Earth, and then he's just going to fly at it really fast and punch it.
Awesome. What
Yeah.
a plan.
And they know that I think he went on like every speaker in the world and said like I'm going to punch Earth really hard.
Really
like
fucking hard, dude.
like he's like everyone on the planet's like, "Oh my god, Hyperion's going to punch Earth really hard." And the Avengers are just like, "Oh my
Please don't
god."
punch Earth really
Yeah.
hard.
Um and so they're basically saying like we have to find in like a trillion miles of space a
Where he's coming
guy.
from.
We have to find one guy, and we have like a certain amount of time to do this. In this issue, they actually count down the amount of time. And so basically, what they do is they go to Doctor Strange, they go
Excellent.
to Quentin Quire, who is an Omega level mutant because Charles Xavier is in jail right now, and they go to Lady Sif, who is in control of the Rainbow Bridge. She's got like the all sight of Heimdall, and the three of them meld a telepath, like a Norse all sight, and Doctor Strange and Clea's astral forms, and they seek his, conscience, and they find him. And so Vision then just creates a door in space that sends him into Earth 901, where he can then become like the Superman of a really fucked up Earth there.
Okay.
And the issue basically just ends with Thor saying like, I'm gonna quit for a little bit, but at least I can be happy knowing that there's still a God of Thunder on the team, and he's basically telling like Storm, take my spot.
Okay. Okay.
It's cool. It's cool.
That's cool. All
Yeah,
right.
Doctor Strange.
I
Next
was gonna
one
say, where
is
you at? Where you at with Doctor Strange?
not very far, issue like 1 or 2. Next issue though is the one where we deal with Doom as Sorcerer Supreme.
Oh no way! That's fucking
Yes.
finally happening.
Yes. Um
Because like,
Now that
yeah,
Doctor Doom
we
is Sorcerer
haven't
Supreme, he challenges Earth's mightiest heroes to answer the question, what is the purpose of the Avengers? Yeah.
because we haven't actually seen him after
Yes.
Blood Hunt as the
In
Sorcerer Supreme. Even in
the
Doctor Strange, we don't
latest
actually
issue
see
of
him.
in the latest issue of Fantastic Four,
Yeah.
the Fantastic Four go to Latveria after hearing the message from the end of Blood Hunt.
Oh wow.
And what they find is that Doom has created a giant block over the city, like a
Yeah, yeah.
metal
I saw that.
vault
Yeah,
over the city.
it's a dome.
Yes. And the
Yeah.
Fantastic Four go and touch it, and it sends them back in time.
Oh,
Yeah.
because
He
okay.
basically he's got like a magical spell on the outside. Anyone that tries to break in gets sent somewhere else.
That is confusing. Is that why Doctor Strange doesn't see him? Because Doctor Strange tries to talk to him and be like, "Hey, give me that back. You're an
Yeah.
asshole." At the end of the Jed McKay one, but like you don't see Doctor Doom.
Mhm.
And I thought that was strange. I'm like, why are we not actually showing
You don't
Doctor
see
Doom? But you
Doctor
see,
Doom in the no, you don't see him in the Fantastic Four issue either.
yeah, but you don't you
They
like you
touch
see
the
the
outside of the dome, and it
yeah you
transports
see,
them. It's a whole
well like
story.
you see the dome, but then it just cuts to like an interior shot. And I need to look at it again. But yeah,
Yeah, it's
that's
interesting.
interesting. What are they?
Yeah,
What's going on in there? What's he
yeah.
doing?
It's I listen. I feel like it's not a coincidence that the makers also got a fucking dome
A
over his
dome.
live area as
Mm.
well. But whatever. But um, I think they're just saying that he's like waiting to unveil his 5-point plan to save the world or whatever.
Oh, yeah, it's just he's punching on top of the dome. He doesn't actually get to see him.
Yeah. So, but I think
Uh,
Doom is just like preparing like his plan where he's gonna unveil it to the earth. He's gonna be like, all right, I have the problems to every I have the solution to every problem. That's gonna be one world under Doom, I guess. You gonna read that when that comes out?
yeah, no, actually, yes. I say it so
I
many times. I go, yeah, no, I
I really
will.
hope it's Jed McKay's
That
thing.
one.
Yeah, it's weird, right? The Latvian dome.
Victor!
Victor!
Fucking, bruh.
He's pissed off. Oh my gosh. That's
Punching
awesome.
it.
That's awesome,
Oh
man.
my God.
Don't you love a good story where Doctor Strange and Doctor Doom have to do something? Don't you love a good
Yeah, I do.
story where Doctor Doom has to
Dude,
team up with either Reed Richards, Tony Stark,
yeah.
or Stephen Strange?
Yeah, yeah, two of my faves.
Yeah.
Yes, I do
Yeah, I thought
love
that was
that.
very fun. I think I hope I don't think Jed McKay could do it just because he's been writing so many fucking books. But I hope that one World Under Doom is him. It'd be
Isn't
cool.
it? I thought
No,
it
there's
was
no
him. Do we
writers, no
not know?
anything attached to it. We don't know anything about it.
Oh.
But it should be
Why
Jed
would
McKay.
he? Well, sure, yeah, surely it
Why would
has
he
to be
not
him.
write it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, because he did obviously just drop Doctor Strange. So, but yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. I think Jed McKay is building his Avengers and X-Men teams towards a collision point because
Wow, there really is no.
in a couple of issues of Avengers, they're gonna fight the new X-Men that he's also writing. I think he's gonna lead them to some sort of like I think they're gonna do Avengers versus X-Men again.
Fuck yeah, okay, cool.
But all Jed McKay. He's literally writing both sides of it, which is again kind of cool.
I like Jim
If
McKay. I
if
do like him a lot.
if in the grand okay, here's me obviously being crazy. Hi guys, I don't usually whisper it. It's kind of weird, isn't it?
Welcome to your story.
But if Jed McKay, if listen, Hickman wrote Avengers and New Avengers, and they were one story told on two different sides. If Jed McKay writes Avengers and X-Men, and they coalesce into one story about them colliding, but it's both different sides, that's kind of cool.
That is cool. That's like like Civil War, but like
But
not
good.
shit.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
good.
not shit.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, that's
We're
probably
gonna
gonna
continue
really
to
annoy
talk like
people.
this. I know. You know what? We probably crashed like 10 cars there.
At least we didn't like come back from whisper. We built up in volume. We didn't just fucking scream into the
Yeah.
microphone after it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
Darth Vader.
Yeah. Darth Vader.
I'm gonna spare you some pain because there's not really a lot to talk about.
Okay.
It's like it's a
You've
wrap
read
up
Greg
issue.
Pak's Darth Vader. Greg
It's
Pak?
done.
Greg
Read
Pak?
it. It's done. It's over. I caught up in time to read the
50
final
issues?
issue. 50 issues. Yeah.
Damn. But
A
and
long
you're
run.
saying it's the best Vader.
I love it. I have seen all sides of the argument. I've seen people go, it's the best one. I've seen people go, it's good, but like it's not as good as like the first two, which is horse shit. It's definitely better than at least the
Hmm.
first one, the Charles Soule one.
No, the first one's
And then
Kieran Gillen. The Charles Soule one's the second
Kieran
one, the
Gillen, the
very good
Charles Soule
one.
one is the good one. I like the Kieran Gillen one
Yeah.
enough. It's fine.
Yeah, it was
It's
good
like
for like the launch of the Marvel Star Wars comics.
yeah, it's like 4 volumes, and it's like 1 and 2 are great, and
I
3 is
like
fine, and
Afra.
4 is pretty good. I
I like
love
Dr.
Afra.
Afra. Yeah, she's
Love
great.
Afra. Afra was on the list for a period of time from
She
2016
should
to 2017.
ew.
Fucking love it.
She
No,
should
wait, no, no, wait, what?
she
On the list.
she should be in a live action something. Anyway,
People, actually not
Chloe
people.
Bennett from Agents of
A friend
Shield,
of
people have
mine,
said, right?
a friend of mine pointed out that she should have been the main character in that Star Wars Outlaws game, and people would have been like, more attached
Oh,
to
that
it,
would have
which
been cool, man.
that probably
That's
would have
cool.
been better.
Yeah. Or she should at least be in it.
And I've seen people say that
Get her in a Jedi
it's
game. Get her to
trash.
be
I've seen
Cal
people
Kestis.
say that
Anyway, yeah.
as Star Wars fans do, they go, it's trash and
It's
Greg Pak
ruining
can't
Star
write
Wars.
and it's the worst thing in Star Wars, and those people are also idiots. At minimum, it's very good. At the top, I think it's the best one.
Yeah.
It's the best writing for Darth Vader in anything that I can remember ever, really. It's far more complex than those previous books. It's probably not as like, oh look, it's Darth Vader slicing off some Jedi's fucking head or drowning them or whatever because he's a nutcase. It's more like Darth Vader looks cool, but he's on kind of a rebellion
Yeah.
mission. You know
Do
what
you
I
think
mean?
it's crazy that Vader has so many fans that only want to see that version of him though?
Yeah, but
There's a whole contingent of Star Wars fans who just want to see Vader, a movie where Vader goes around like castrating people or
yeah,
something, like
yeah.
you know,
No,
just
no,
doing
it's
horribly
fucking
violent
absurd.
things. Like I think for me, that part where he kills the kid in the Obi-Wan Kenobi, like that was enough. That was all like, oh god,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
this
yeah.
guy's scary.
Don't
I get it.
overdo it. Not too
Um,
much more, please.
yeah, but I people genuinely do kind of love that. They love the
Yeah,
cruelty of Vader.
I'm just not about that. Vader comic, Raphael. I
He's
am
a
con
he's a complicated character. By the time you're at in the Greg Pak books, he's gonna turn face pretty soon. So
Yeah, well, and the entire this entire book is Vader's quiet rebel. Well, not quiet, but it's Vader's rebellion against the Emperor. It's him
mhm.
outright being like, "Fuck you, I'm doing my own thing," and the Emperor being like, "All right, let's see what he does, and I'll send some people after him," and blah 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 blah, and like he comes back around. It's sort of in little bits. It's like Vader will do some shit, and the Emperor's like, "Can you stop doing that?" And then like he's like, "Fine," and then he goes off and does another thing, and the Emperor's like, "I swear to God, I told you to not
I told you to
fucking do
not
that."
do that.
Yeah, and then by like the last 20 issues, it's Vader just be like accumulating as much power as he can. It's like it's because the Emperor took him to Exegol, and they
Oh
had a
wow, okay,
fight where the Emperor and Vader were fighting on top of like Exegol kaiju monsters. It's
okay,
fucking insane. But anyway,
okay.
um, and like past that point, Vader's like, right, the Emperor's really strong. I'm just gonna amass as much power as I can and fucking kick his ass. And so the final issue ends with like the Emperor basically showing up and Vader putting his all into taking him out. And just doesn't fucking work. Emperor's too strong.
Well,
And
yeah,
so
yeah. The movie
basically
hasn't happened yet.
the movie hasn't happened yet and they can't stand on its toes. Oh, I found Thunderdome Tom Hardy. There he is.
Oh jeez.
Um, and so yeah, like it's always this. It's always like, oh, it's a cool page of like Vader
Mm-hmm.
doing some shit. There's some really good, some text going around
That is
about
cool.
hate, blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah. And then it just it turns out that Vader can't beat the Emperor, and so he basically bends the knee for you Game of Thrones fans out there, and pledges fealty to the Emperor again. But in reality, we know that he's about to fucking throw him down a thing.
He's waiting for any
Um,
shot, preferably one with his son, where he can betray this
yeah.
fucking guy.
Was it? There's the final. Well, not. It's not the final page. It's the final page of the main story, but it's a cool. You know,
Mm-hmm. That is
looks
cool.
cool. But it is
Did
all
you
it is
read?
all about
Did
Luke
you read
and
the?
like
Did you read that issue 50 of Star Wars where Kylo Ren is in there or whatever? Ben Solo.
was that was 25, and I did read that.
Or was that?
Actually I didn't read Star Wars 50 this week. It came out the same week, so Kylo Ren might also be in
No,
that.
I think he's also in that one.
Okay, I'll give it a read. I read the anniversary issue for 25, and that was I liked that.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, like it's I don't know. I don't know. I've just really had an affinity for this run, but
It's a
I
good
don't really
little.
have
I
any
like this little post. The truth is that we're getting into the era that we actually really wanted to be in the first place. Finally,
where all the chess
post
pieces are in
Jedi.
play. Yeah,
Yeah.
like see, like
Like
do,
now we're
do,
finally gonna actually fill in the story of Luke post Jedi Master.
yes, which is cool. But like what I liked about this run is watching, and I know I sent it to you, but it's all of Vader's bullshit. So like Luke is in this series for like the last sort of 5 issues, and Vader saves his life. Actually, I've got the physical somewhere. Whoopsie. Whoopsie. It was honestly sick to like catch up and this be like the cliffhanger for like the previous issue. But they shoot like
I feel like
a
I've never seen you hold a comic book before. It's like
they shoot
unnatural.
like a big
This is
laser beam,
unnatural. You
right?
showing a thing that this is crazy.
I know. They
Uh,
shoot
I know.
it's like she's Vader's here. I know. They shoot a big thing at Luke, and Vader is the one to like block it and
Oh.
save Luke's life.
Uh-huh.
And it's just like it was just so like, oh shit. It
Mm-hmm.
like and the handmaiden, Sabe. Um like he lets her go. Ochi of Bestoon, the character
Oh
that was in
yes. The
briefly
guy
in
that killed Ray's parents.
the guy that killed Ray's parents, who was given like 50 issues of character development in this run. He like beats the shit out of him, but doesn't kill him. All of Anakin's friends like survive, and you can see that he's like he's not about that. For a guy that murdered kids when he first turned, now he's like, I'll let everyone live. And it is cool to see.
Immediately,
It's cool.
immediately murdered kids.
Immediately.
Went
I know, man.
evil, and then five
I know.
minutes later went, it doesn't matter. I can just
Yeah,
kill
but it
people.
was fucking sick.
Can you believe that though?
No, I
Can you
can't.
believe
No,
that this
it
guy
doesn't
that was a
work.
hero to those kids went
No,
evil
it
for 5 minutes and decided he was gonna commit like
Tyler, I'm the Anakin apologist, and I'm
infanticide?
telling you, it doesn't make sense. I'm telling you, it doesn't make sense.
It just blows my mind to this day. It's one
Yeah,
scene.
it's so, dude. Doctor Doom cried
What
at
have
nine
I
11, but
done?
Anakin Skywalker murdered children.
Yeah.
But
Crazy.
he threw the Emperor down a thing, and so
But he
it's
looked
okay that he
cool while
killed
he
those
was
kids.
doing it.
It's
But his eyes
okay.
were yellow and red with the little red dot in
Mm,
the
yeah.
middle.
So wait, does that mean? Okay, let me think. I can make myself Vader on the thumbnail. Who would you like to be?
I'll tell you who I like to be because you want to know what I read?
Oh.
I read a Conan story I want to tell you about.
Oh, I would love to make you Conan on the thumbnail, dude. I would love to.
Um, it's called the Scarlet Citadel. It was
Okay.
insane. It is
Okay.
basically this is the cinematic one. If they're gonna make a Conan movie, this has got to be the movie, which I really hope they do. Can just make please. I'll do it. Please let
Who
me.
would you want to play Conan?
Adam Driver. We talked about this. I'm
Oh,
back.
we
I'm
did
doing
talk.
ASMR again. Um, no.
Nice.
It takes place at a point in the future when Conan is king. He's been king of Aquilonia, which is not where he was born, but he's just king now. Like he's just became king because he like won a fight. Now he's king.
Okay.
And there's a bad guy named Sotha, Tsotha, in I don't know. We actually should mention this real quick because this character, and speaking of the character you were just talking
Called
about,
me cuz. That was cool.
in um in the Conan the Barbarian movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Mm.
Sotha Tulsa Doom, something, the bad guy
I
is
think it's
played
Tulsa King. You're talking about the
played
bishop.
by James Earl Jones,
Oh yes. Yeah.
who we should mention, even though I think that was last week. Rest in
Yeah.
peace to the
Rest in
GOAT.
man. That
Darth
sucks.
Vader as well. We didn't even say
Mufasa.
anything.
It's good stuff. Yeah, that's
Mufasa,
great.
yeah.
That is actually a good point. Yeah.
But he's
For this
in,
to kind of end with that, I
yeah,
can't believe there wasn't a tribute or anything in
yeah.
it.
Well, it would have, they usually take a couple months to get out.
Yeah, I suppose.
But anyway, so basically this guy has rolled into Conan's new place where he's king and like taken over. And now they're taking Conan to the Scarlet Citadel. This guy's a sorcerer. He's just like an evil magician who has like this unforeseen power that Conan doesn't really understand because it beat him, and usually he doesn't really get beat a lot.
Mm.
And he gets locked in a dungeon where there's a giant snake. He breaks out of the dungeon. He goes running down the hallway, and he sees like a woman like with her back to him, but he keeps hearing like this weird flapping sound, like this wet flapping sound. And he goes to grab the thing, and he's like, "Woman, where am I? What is the meaning of this?" And her face is like a gelatinous mass with
Oh,
like
okay.
globs for eyeballs because she's an experiment of the sorcerer,
Huh.
right? And the line that Robert E. Howard writes is something along the lines of like Conan knew not what he saw, but did understand it to be something against the force of nature. He just saw something unholy that he,
Damn.
that like is against like nature. He just saw something abominable.
My God. That's so cool.
Yeah. And then he runs into a room where he finds a guy who's just a melded into a tree. And he's basically
Dick.
kidnapped.
The three-eyed
He's another
raven.
old sorcerer, and he's been kidnapped by the evil sorcerer, and Conan helps him escape and whatever. But the way the story ends is that they they chase down the guy. The bad guy sorcerer is leading an army against a new town, but he turns around and he's like, "Oh my god, Conan is new here with an army. How did he escape? Yada yada." Conan chases him down for weeks. It says the guy's running for weeks, and Conan chases him down for weeks, and then he finally gets to him. And I don't this just I thought this was so cool. Like the visual of this was so interesting because like we've built up that this guy is so like he just does all this magic that is against the laws of nature. But Conan finally gets him and chops his head off. And it says that the guy dies, but his body stands up and runs away.
Oh my God, that's so good.
Isn't that cool? And Conan just watches like
What
what
the fuck?
but he's so tired, he's just like, whatever. And I
Oh
thought
my
that was
God.
such a cool visual of the guy's body getting up and running away.
Running away. Dude, that's weird. We've had similar. There's a part in it where a dude got his head chopped off, and it talks about how his body kept crawling before it realized he was
Ugh,
dead. And it
yuck.
was like, oh.
But in this, it's like black magic has
Yeah,
brought
I
his
just
body.
him running away. It's so
Yeah.
funny.
The next story is called The Queen of the Black Coast.
That's a cool
And
name. There's some cool
it's
names for
it
this for
starts
these books.
with Conan barging his way onto a ship that's like, headed for like another country or something. And he just literally pushes people out of his way, like throws them out of his way to get onto the ship. And then the captain's like, "Hey, dude, who are you? What are you doing barging your way in here?" Even though he's like, 9 feet tall, buff, Conan, a barbarian.
Yeah.
He's being chased by the cops also, I forget to say.
Hell
Um
yeah.
and they sail away, and basically he gets away, he stows on this ship, and the captain's like, "Dude, like, what is your deal? Why, first of all, who are you? Second of all, why are you getting chased by the cops, dude?" And Conan says, he's so funny. Like, I just love the little details of like the fact that he's a legit barbarian. But he says, like, "I just do not understand for the life of me how you guys do this civilized shit." Because like I saw a cop, he was gonna go assault this woman, and her boyfriend stepped in and like pushed him, and then the cops beat the shit out of them, but they got
Mm.
away. And then the cops are mad at me because I didn't help them. And then I have to go to court and like defend myself. And he says, "I
God.
just got fucking sick of it, and I hit everyone in there with a mace and killed them all." And he's like, "I just don't understand why you guys like pretend that this shit matters. That it's like it's not that
He
deep."
might be on. He might be onto something.
Yeah, but I just love that they force him to go to court. He just kills everyone in there. He's like, "I don't get it. I just don't get it. It doesn't matter. What's the
He's
big
a
deal?"
bad guy. He's a
He's
proper
just
bad guy.
yeah. He's just
That's hilarious.
he's not a hero.
No,
He's just a
just
character that
just
exists.
murdered everyone in the courtroom.
Yeah, I gotta find the way he says it though, because he's describing it like, because to him it's not a big deal. He's like, "Oh, I just killed
Yeah.
everyone in there because they were pissing me off," but it is like a horribly graphic thing to do. But it was so funny, man. Just the way he explained it, where he's like, he says, he says, yada yada. Uh, oh my god, where can I find it? "I choked my ire and held my peace, and the judge squalled that I had shown contempt for the court and that I should be hurled into a dungeon to rot until I betrayed my friend. So then, seeing they were all mad, I drew my sword and cleft the judge's skull. Then I cut my way out of the court, and seeing the high constable's stallion tied nearby, I rode for the wharves where I thought to find a ship bound for foreign parts." He's just
That's
I
awesome.
I killed them and I just ran away.
Because I didn't like it.
Yeah, because I didn't want to. You taking me to court? Are you for real? And he basically, in this story so far, he just meets a sexy lady pirate.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Can I read? I don't know if you read it, but I want to read it
No,
for
I've not.
the podcast. But it's so funny. I sent to the group chat Stephen King's It in its last 20%. I've got about that much to go over that much book. I know it's up there. It's up. It's
Yes.
there.
I see it.
But the telling um Mike Hanlon is telling the story about like he always tells stories about things that have happened in Derry that are clearly influenced in some way by it. And I told you a couple weeks ago about the Black Spot, the nightclub that got burnt
Yeah.
down by like KKK members, but then like when he left, he saw there was a bird hovering over the thing, suspended by balloons. There was this one about an axe wielding guy, and it had my favorite line in fucking anything in recent memory. I've sent this to like
Yeah.
everyone I know, and everyone, including yourself, has been like, I've got to use that because it's so funny. But this was the passage. El Katuk crawled another 3 feet. Hey, this is what I was talking about before. Blood sprang from his neck in a high tension jet before he realized he was dead and collapsed. That left Stugly. Hero turned on him, but Stugly had run into the outhouse and locked the door. Hero chopped his way in, hollering and blabbering and raving, slobber falling from his jaws. When he got in, Stugly was gone, although the cold, leaky little room was windowless. Hero stood there for a moment, head lowered, powerful arms slimed and splattered with blood, and then, with a roar, he flipped up the lid of the three-holer. He was just in time to see Stugly's boots disappearing under the ragged board skirting of the outhouse wall. Stugly Grenier ran screaming down Exchange Street in the rain, beshitted from top to toe, crying that he was being murdered. Beshitted from top to
Shit.
toe.
You know what's so funny is you just reminded me of something in this book that I did want to tell you about as well. Is this Queen of the Black Coast has to do with pirates, and they obviously have to mention the part of the ship, the poop deck.
Yeah,
But
oh, okay.
in the back in the day when they would just describe it, it would read like this. So there's a bunch of pirates attacking them, right? Give me a bow, requested Conan. It's not my idea of a manly weapon, but I learned archery among the Hycurians, and it will go hard if I can't feather a man on so yonder deck. Standing on the poop, he watched the serpent-like ship skimming lightly over the waters. Standing on the
Standing on
poop.
the poop.
He's on the poop deck. Standing on the poop.
Awesome.
I love that so much,
I
man.
love that
You
too.
ever just wonder where like someone like Stephen King, who by the way has a review on the front of this book,
Yeah,
Howard's
he's got
writing
reviews
seems so highly
everywhere.
charged with energy that it nearly gives off sparks.
Yeah.
Um, where do you think he gets the like time or even the ideas for all this shit, man?
I've told you. I've told you what it was, and he's
What?
told us. Do you want me to find the quote?
Oh yes, please.
I'll see if I can.
I know that he said he writes books just as he thinks of them. Like he doesn't plan out the ending before. He just writes it as it feels. I think is what he said. So he gets to the end of the book and he comes up with it at that point. What are you laughing about?
It's not quite the quote, but like
Beshitted himself. Beshitted from head to
shitted.
toe.
Well, there's a couple things, but the main one that you'll see when you get this is King struggled with addiction throughout the decade and often wrote under the influence of cocaine and alcohol. He says in
Nice.
1983 he barely remembers writing Cujo.
All right. You
Yeah.
know what? I guess that's
So
it, dude.
when I remember it was when he was asked
So
about
Graham
that
Morrison's one.
scene. It was
Yeah.
asked about that scene in it, which by the way, I was right. It happens in the last chapter.
You read
It's
it?
like right at the end.
You're you're gonna read it.
It's gonna happen. I can't not read the
That's the
book.
ending.
That's it. Oh, it's close to the ending, yeah. Because it's about
Ew.
unity and love.
Yuck.
But I do remember like
It's like
him
the end of
being asked
Maximum
about
Revenge,
that and
man.
him being like, I was on a lot of cocaine at the time. Like it was specifically cocaine induced.
Damn.
I think that's crazy.
You think
But
if you
like,
were like on cocaine right now, you could come up with some crazy shit?
I genuinely, I was drunk last night and life felt so much better. And I was like, we should record a thing. And
Oh
like,
my
it
gosh.
sounds bad. It's
I mean, I've taken drinks while we're watching Infinity War, let's say, or Black Adam,
yes,
but yeah.
but like, it's a ste it's a it's a pit, right? People think they would be really funny when they drink and record something. People don't really want to watch that. I think we could, but it
Yeah.
would have to be very
We have
specific.
to
It
be
would have to
watching
be a
Venom.
watch party or something
Or
involved
we're
with
playing
it,
Fortnite, which we gotta
or
fucking
playing Fortnite. Yeah, but like, I don't know. I do think my best thoughts happen when I'm intoxicated.
play. Yeah. You know, I
Yeah,
so do you think you could write some crazy book then?
yeah.
You think you could do
I
it
honestly think
non-intoxicated?
before writing a comic book, my biggest goal would be to write like a novella or something.
Like a
I think I would rather write a book than write a comic.
mhm. I think that's very interesting. I feel like we would know what to expect from what you would want to do, right? Some kind of monster shit, I'd assume.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. Yes. In
I
terms
think
of
people
that,
would
yeah.
read it. I would read it. I would definitely read it.
I think you'd read it, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we read fucking Hunter's comic book and that thing was littered with spelling mistakes that he
I
didn't even
still think about it because I'm
understand.
like, this could have been cool, man. Here, Night
Yeah.
from the West.
Yeah.
This could have been a really.
I
That's
just
cool.
can't like I didn't need him to like thank me. I didn't need credit on the book, but like I acted as editor for that book and he went, "Yeah, man." And I was like, this thing was, it was like a fucking like illiterate 12-year-old's version of like a comic book. And he was just like, this is fine. I'll put it out there. Like, I wonder what goes on in that head, man. It just
I
must
don't
be like
know,
a,
man.
just
I know.
like,
I know. It's awesome.
oh my God, that one frustrated me.
I would read a novel, or not even a novel, a novella. So like what, 80 pages, 90 pages?
Yeah, I think 80 to like 120 pages.
You could do your own Werewolf by Night, just a little 60-minute
Oh,
thing.
I would
Yeah, something
love
like that.
to. I would
No, but yeah,
love to.
I would read it. I mean, obviously, I think about a lot of kind of like I think about Conan a lot, man. I would
Mm,
love to make a Conan movie. I could do it. I got
yeah.
it all thought
Who would you
out. I could.
cast as Conan?
I'd probably cast Adam Driver as a Conan. But obviously, I think about that type of stuff a lot. I think it's fun. I've read short stories, obviously.
Hmm.
Um,
Have you read
sometimes
The
you start.
Birds?
No,
It's good.
all
There
right,
you go.
you go.
It's not the movie. Movie's shit. That's a hot
You got to
take.
read at least one of these Conan stories. I'm telling you, you got to read Tower of the Elephant.
But I know it.
It's
You've
true.
told me about it.
Yeah, you want to see the elephant? I showed you the picture though.
Yeah. Oh no. I would love
I
to
think I
see the
sent it.
elephant there. Did you?
Um, but yeah, I think I would read it. That's it. There you go. Elephant.
Oh my God. I don't remember seeing that at all. That's nuts.
Yeah,
It's so big, but I guess it would be. It's an elephant.
yeah. And Conan again doesn't know what an elephant is.
Yeah. It's what the fuck is that? Are
He
you an
says he knows
alien?
that they are monstrous things with tails on their faces as well as their rear.
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah, he is right. God, he's stupid. He killed
Can't believe we're
everyone.
gonna do a Shining watch. Well, not watch party,
Read.
fucking book
Yeah,
club.
I'm gonna start it soon. I finished Secret Wars. I'm still reading comics. Obviously, I bought a new comic. It's gonna come in tomorrow called Ultra Mega. Have you heard of this? Seen this? Heard of
Yeah,
this?
I've heard of the name.
It's like a kaiju book where it's just big action and stuff. It looks awesome. Ultra Mega, because it took a hiatus, but I think the newest issue 5, came out this week. So
Oh.
it's been like 2 years or something. But yeah, I'm gonna read that.
Oh, he's supposed to be some form of Ultraman, but not
Yeah.
actually Ultraman.
Yes. No.
Neat. Looks
Yeah.
pretty.
It does. So yeah, I'm gonna read that.
Cool. Okay. I'm gonna tell you when I finish it, and then
Mhm.
we'll start.
All right.
We'll begin.
It'll be
You
fun.
good?
I guess the audience prepare for that. Prepare for any number of things. We always say we're gonna do something, but we're gonna do this. Maybe we'll play
Well,
Fortnite. Maybe
I'm
we'll watch another movie. Maybe we're gonna read The Shining. We're gonna do the work.
regardless of if we do a book club, I am reading The Shining next.
All
It
right.
is
Yeah.
my thing. Like
Yeah.
what? It's the cycle, man. You finish one book, you have to go to the next one, and then you're
Yes.
like 10% of the way through and you're like, oh, why did I do this? And it's like,
But I'm
because I
always
enjoy
stopping
it.
myself from buying more before I finish everything I have. I
Yeah,
was
that's a
gonna,
problem.
dude, I nearly bought like a Judge Dredd book the other day. Like I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do reading Judge Dredd? And I still
You
might.
do read random shit though.
I know, because it's fun. But still, you know what
It
I
is
mean?
fun. Yeah, no, I
Dude,
get
you're
you.
sending me all this Bond stuff, and I'm like, fuck, I might well just watch Casino
I'm
Royale
yourself
again.
because no one
I might
else
watch
did.
Casino again. I might read Casino. Like, Jesus. Dude, the next movie I'm on in timeline of the Bond movies is Moonraker, which is the one where Bond goes to space because they just saw Star Wars,
Yeah, that's exciting.
which is very exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, you're such
And
a
there's
Bond. What
lasers
is
and shit.
my Bond? What is my thing that I love so much that's like that and isn't comic book related?
Well, I also have Conan, so but they're the same thing. They're the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, what is my thing that's not Star Wars or Marvel? Is it is it John Wick or Red Dead Redemption
I
or
mean, it could be
fucking?
John Wick.
It might be John Wick. That's probably fair. I
Yeah.
love those movies on a plane of existence. I don't think many people dwell on.
Yeah, but they are like a narrative. Like Bond, I think was cool. Because well, I mean, obviously I like Craig's ones, but like I like it was cool when he was just a guy going on missions. But Craig
mm.
was affected by the MCU, where it was just like, no, every movie matters to the last, and he's gonna have one big sustained arc. Like
Yeah.
the fact that they wanted, I think it was well done, but the fact that the studio got to the point where they were like, no, James Bond needs to go out like in a Tony Stark kind of sacrifice for his
Sacrificial
family,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
is like crazy, you know.
Yeah, it is
I think
crazy.
it was
Although
handled well, but
it
the
does
franchise
separate him
wise,
as like a more
yes, but at least they got
humanized,
that
I guess,
out of it.
version.
At least they got that
Yeah.
out of their system, and I think the next Bond will probably just go straight back to missions.
Yeah.
But the John Wick movies are kind of like the Craig Bond movies, where it is really about this guy. Like you care about him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Conan and like original Bond stories, like your Roger Moores and your Daltons and your Brosnans, it's like it's just he goes on a mission and that's it. What happened
Yeah,
last
I
time
do.
doesn't
I
matter. What
do like
happens
that
next time
stuff.
doesn't matter. He just does it. There's just one mission in the life of him, and he's done a lot of shit. Like up
It's cool
until
stuff.
from Connery until Brosnan, it was technically the same Bond every movie.
Yeah, I know. That's so strange.
It was like they all had gone through the same stuff. Like they all had experienced every movie until
That's bizarre.
Craig, who does fully reboot the universe.
Yeah, and even then people have their theories, which are bullshit, but still.
Yeah, the James Bond is a title given to 007, but
Yeah, I
in
hate that.
Skyfall we
I
see
think
his family.
we see his family, yeah.
Which again, maybe a different universe. I don't know.
Remember when
Who
his brother was
cares?
Blofeld or whatever?
Yes, I do remember. Yes, I do remember.
Sorry. The movie sucks. That's the worst one.
When Bond wakes up and there's a white cat and you're just like, oh, they're doing Blofeld. Like, come on. It was like Khan
Get
in
to it.
Into Darkness, or it's just like, yeah, no
Oh,
shit.
yeah, that what's
Brutal.
worse?
Um,
Khan was pretty fucking bad. That
Spectre's
movie
worse.
sucks ass.
Spectre's
Spectre's worse. I
worse.
think Spectre's worse because Into Darkness doesn't retroactively ruin the like shit before it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but also Into Darkness, I still like the actors and stuff, but I felt like Craig was completely done with it by that point.
Yeah, what did he say? I would rather slit my wrists than return as Bond.
I
Remember
think
that's what he
he did, but
said?
he said that after the newest one. I can't
No,
believe
no,
he
no.
did
He
that.
said that after it was after Spectre, I swear. Because
Oh
like
yes,
the
right. And then they got him for one more. They're all right. We're gonna kill you. All right, fine. We'll kill you.
yeah. I'm googling Daniel Craig slit wrists.
Jesus
Good lord.
Christ.
In 2015, I'd rather slash my wrists than play James Bond again.
Damn. You know what that was like? That's like when Biden. God, here we go. Let's do this real quick. That's like when
Oh.
Biden said that he would never drop out of the election. He said the God Almighty would have to come down and tell me to do it. It's
And
like
then he did like a
what?
week later.
But it's like wait, like God stepped in the election. God came down and told Joe Biden, like, dude, what are you doing? You
Yeah.
gotta drop out.
You are so old.
Yeah, that's like the implications of that are like astounding, you know?
I like the idea that you were the only one thinking about this. You're like, guys, he said that it
Yeah,
would
man.
take God himself. You guys aren't paying attention.
Yeah, you
What
guys aren't listening
happened?
to his words. What happens behind closed doors? That's all I'm asking.
All I
I
can think
went
of is
past the
that
White
Ike
House. I saw
Perlmutter,
a
Donald
shining,
Trump photo.
I saw shining lights out of the Oval Office. All right.
Let me find
Yeah.
it. Let me find it.
What did you
Just want
say?
to find.
Oh, like
Dude,
Perlmutter, Donald Trump.
you said what goes on behind closed doors.
Yeah, it's these
It's
guys
all I can think about.
throwing someone in a witch's cauldron.
It's the most haunting photo in history.
Oh God.
Oh my God. What a cunt. Right, let's
Yeah,
do it.
man. All right.
I'll make you Conan.
I was gonna say, you know what? I can't say that. Never mind.
What? No, say it, please. Please say it.
It was just, like they. No, I can't. I can't.
Go, say it. I know exactly what it's going to be. Say it. Before you do, listeners of the podcast, the thoughts presented here are Tyler Torres's and his only. I make no such comments, nor do I agree with his claims. Proceed.
I just, I think it's funny that like there was a guy on this golf course for like 12 hours waiting in the bushes, and even he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, um,
That one's crazy. He drove his own car to an assassination attempt.
yeah, and he just waited in the bushes, and then some Secret Service guy just saw the muzzle and was like, there's a guy right there.
There's a guy right there.
There's a guy right there."
Why did you deliberate for so long? That was not controversial.
I know, because it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I'm starting to realize that more and more.
Nothing matters, man.
Yeah. Anyway,
Nothing ever matters.
I'll see you next week. It'll be episode 286, and we'll probably have Hunter at least.
Is Jonker next week?
No, Joker's 2
weeks.
weeks. I'm seeing Transformers 1 tomorrow though.
Yes.
Yeah. Next week I think there is something. I mean, well, maybe we'll talk about the Penguin at least. But yeah, I think the Penguin's also like out now as well. I think it's already dropped at the point that we're still talking. So you should probably stop talking and get to the Penguin.
Sorry. How long did this go for? Was this a long one?
This is we're at an hour and 49 right now.
Oh my God, why?
You know what? I don't think that's how long we've been in the Zoom meeting, so that's not how long we've been recording, but still
we recorded it was like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh my God, bro.
Good episode. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. I don't know. I like interactions, guys. Come on. Go start
Do you want to be
commenting
Conan
more.
or James Bond?
What do you say?
Do you want to be Conan or James Bond?
Oh, what about James Conan? James.
Do you want me to put me in the middle and then you as Bond and Conan either side?
That'll be it. You know what? There we go. If that's not the thumbnail, send hate mail. We'll see.
Oh man, no, hey, no.